Welcome. It's Domain Dave again, cheapwinefinder.com. We're still doing our Valentine's Day extravaganzas as it is. And this is a $7.99 French bubbly from Trader Joe's. It's been around a while. It's the Opaline. Let's grab the bottle and I can get it all right. It's the Opaline Pinot Noir Brut Rosé sparkling wine. It's a non-vintage wine from France. It's also a non-location. Trader Joe's Fearless Flyer says south of France, which is weird for French wine because they don't do that. They're very location-based. They want to know if it's Languedoc, it's the Rhone Valley. They even want to know what town it's near. So when you get a wine that doesn't say anything, and it's actually a Vin de France wine, which is the bottom classification. They do classify their wines in Europe. In America, it's all table wine from Screaming Eagle to $2 Chuck. In France, they designate things, and this is the bottom one, but that's okay if it tastes good. It's from a large wine company in France. At one point, I think they were the largest exporter of French wines. They're big. I've got links to all this on the cheapwinefinder.com website. And I believe, it's hard to get information, that this is a wine from a commune, which a commune is a group of smaller vineyards of farmers, and they band together to get enough resources and grapes to produce wine. You know, if they were doing it on their own, they'd have very small productions, and here they can make. Because they're a commune, they're not really getting the top dollar. In France, everything is the vineyard and the owner and the estate. So these communes are kind of, well, table wine for them. But in the United States, it's kind of common, not commune so much, but wine just to be from a big company that uses a lot of different vineyards. I'm going to take a sip. It doesn't have a good resume, but it tastes good. It tastes real good. And for $7.99 for a bubbly, it's really nice. It's got a great bottle. It's a prism cut bottle. And the label looks nice. And in the bottle, the wine looks kind of amber because it's got that actually nice texture on the bottle. But in your glass, it's really pink. This is a pink rosé bubbly. It's not the most complex bubbly in the world. It doesn't have, the acidity is well balanced, well controlled. It doesn't really zap you in any way. It can. Sometimes they can get, an expensive bubbly can get a little bit too spiky. Here it's not. And the flavors are like black cherry, plums, maybe a little spice. I'm getting a touch of cream. I'm not sure where that's coming from. It could be from the first fermentation, because there's 2 fermentations on these things, that they stir the leaves, get some creaminess going there. I doubt if there's any oak or anything involved. Yeah, it tastes great. I mean, it's a nice tasting wine. It's easy to drink, simple, enough acidity that it makes you want to grab another sip, before too long. It's not not a wine you'll forget about. Your palate will keep reminding you that it's in your hand. And like I said, it doesn't have any, it's a commune. It's from a large wine company that specializes in value-priced wine. It's not something and they don't even tell you if it's traditional method or it's a Charmat. Traditional method is how they make champagne. Charmat's how they make Prosecco. They don't tell you anything. It's like an American bottle of wine where the label, but American labels barely tell you a thing. French labels tell you stuff. But I guess the labeling laws here were for the United States. So it's a pretty package, and it tastes pretty good. And it's $7.99. And it's pretty and pink in the glass. We did a review 5 years ago of this wine, liked it then too. It's not vintage. You never know. That's why I got on the label or on the title in 2025, because these non-vintage wines, you never know if they released it 6 months ago or 6 years ago. There's some wines on Trader Joe's Fearless Flyer that have been there for 3 years. So it doesn't give you much reason to believe it's going to be a good wine until you pop the top on it and take a sip, and then you're going to go, I like this. And this is one of those wines that after you have one, you might go back to Trader Joe's and buy a couple more just to stick in the refrigerator. I mean, it's just it's a nice little Brut Rosé Pinot Noir bubbly. I mean, that's all it is. It's not trying to be champagne. It's not trying to out Prosecco. It's not doing anything other than tasting great and looking pretty. So that's it for me, Domain Dave, cheapwinefinder.com. It's the Opaline Pinot Noir Brut Rosé in 2025, because that's when we had it. When it was actually released, I don't know. Tastes good. So adios, keep it cheap, and I'll be talking to everybody later. I've got a Chardonnay coming up, so I'll see you then. Bye-bye.